But let's start with Gini Wijnaldum, because that's the one that a lot of you guys are wondering about as well. You guys probably seen if you're on social media. Rumours started to gather quite quickly that Gini Wijnaldum's transfer to Barcelona could be agreed within hours. That was earlier on today. Now, so far that hasn't materialised, and it doesn't look like this time of night that it probably will materialise today. But it does seem like Gini is unfortunately edging a little bit closer to the Anfield exit. And I say this with a very heavy heart because I absolutely adore Gini Wijnaldum as a footballer and as a player. And I've always said to you guys quite how important Gini Wijnaldum was to Klopp and how Klopp picks him, particularly in the big games. But I've got a stat now that backs that one up. Since 2016-2017, only Roberto Firmino has played more minutes in the Premier League for Liverpool Football Club than Gini Wijnaldum. Just one player, Bobby Firmino, and we all know Bobby's a machine. Gini has completed a very impressive 11,046 minutes of Premier League football in that time, which is a good, 762 minutes or something like that, ahead of third place Sadio Mane. So as I said, we're going to miss a player who takes the field pretty much every game, plays massive part in Jurgen Klopp's squad. So to replace him, we're going to need something special. And that something special will most likely be Thiago. But there is something that I want to just pitch to you guys. I read something earlier on and my cynical brain kicked in. Because you know me, I am a cynic at heart. Liz said thanks for the laugh. Appreciate the super chat, Liz. Thank you very much. I'm still laughing about it, mate. So here's the situation. It looks like Gini's going to go out the door. That hurts. That hurts as a Liverpool fan, because I've had a lot of Liverpool fans say to me over the last 24 hours on social media and stuff, why can't we have both? And look, in an ideal world, I'd love to have both of them. But you know the Gini contract situation. He could sign for any club outside of the Premier League on a pre-contract in January, which is about, 4 months away, something like that. And nobody wants to lose Gini Wijnaldum for free. But nobody wants to lose Gini Wijnaldum, actually. We'll just put a full stop there. But it is looking like he's on his way out the door, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. But Liverpool won't let Gini Wijnaldum leave unless we have a replacement lined up. Now, I know that you're all thinking, and I'm thinking as well, that replacement is going to be Thiago. And look, it most likely will. But there is a fresh twist in this story, and that's what the title of tonight's stream is all about. So I want to talk to you guys. I find something a little bit convenient, put it that way. So Bayern Munich are looking at potentially signing Marcelo Brozovic as a replacement from Inter Milan for the outgoing Thiago. Now, call me a cynic, but when they're looking at him as a replacement, and then all of a sudden today I'm seeing in the media that Liverpool are eyeing up Marcelo Brozovic just in case things don't work out with Thiago, to me, in my cynical mind, that's us saying to Bayern Munich, okay, we're walking away from Thiago. Oh, and by the way, you know that guy that you're going for is a Thiago replacement? Well, we've got our eye on him as well. And do you know what we might do? We might just go and buy him. You'll still be stuck with Thiago, who's looking for a move, and we'll have taken your replacement off you. How does that sound? That's what I think is going on right now. I think this is Liverpool and Michael Edwards, again, just kind of flexing their muscles a little bit and trying to kind of knock down that fee for Thiago as much as they can. Now, the links to Marcelo Brozovic from Liverpool's point of view, they aren't new actually. They've been around for a while, but never really followed up with any serious belief from this side, from the UK-based journalists on this one. But it is interesting, and I do like the way this whole little saga is going on here, because it's weird. We're like both nickel and diming over about 30 million quid. Now, depending on what you believe, from the Barcelona side of things, they believe that Gini Wijnaldum is going to come to Barcelona for somewhere between 15 and 18 million quid. From Liverpool's side, they're hoping to recoup most of the 25 million quid, I think it was, that they paid for him. But I think probably we'll sell Gini, I reckon, for somewhere between the 20 and the 25. And then we'll probably go and we'll probably pay close to what Bayern want for Thiago, to be honest with you, because he's worth it. If nothing else, he is worth it. There's loads to get through with transfers, by the way. So let me know your thoughts on that situation. Had you seen the links to Marcelo Brozovic? He's been somebody to me that never struck me as a Liverpool player. But I do like the shithousery, if this is the case with Liverpool, maybe just letting Bayern Munich know that they've got an eye on the same player, just in case. Any links on OR, said RSH14? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the really intriguing thing about who Simawar is, not only have I seen any links from Liverpool, I've seen no links to anybody, to Hissam Aouar. Nothing, which is mental in a window where we know Lyon are in some financial trouble and we know that he's probably available to be gotten. Now, obviously, Dembele is another player at Lyon who clubs are going to be looking at, and there's probably a few more there as well. Obviously, after their impressive run in the Champions League, a couple of clubs will be knocking around there trying to get a deal, and we all know as well that the Lyon chairman, Jean-Michel Aulas, is a very tough negotiator. We've seen this before with Fekir. We've seen it with other clubs trying to do business with Lyon. It's difficult. So, no, unfortunately, mate, I've not seen anything on that one. A little bit of on Ryan Brewster as well, by the way. It looks like Jurgen Klopp has made a decision on Ryan Brewster, and it looks like Ryan Brewster will be staying at Liverpool, not leaving during this window on loan. Now, does this mean that Ryan Brewster is going to stay at Liverpool for the entire season? No, that's not being guaranteed, at least not in what I read. This could potentially be revisited in January if it looks like Ryan's not getting enough minutes with the first team. But as things stand, the plan is to keep Ryan Brewster at the club and not loan him out, which is kind of at odds with what I've been reading in recent days, which suggested that a loan was very likely, and that, as I said to you guys before, Jurgen Klopp was impressed with the way Chris Wilder was doing things at Sheffield United, and they were probably heading the queue. Crystal Palace had also been mentioned. There was links, of course, to Leeds United at one point as well. But as things stand, it looks like, and I'm delighted about this, I have to say, that Ryan Brewster is going to get a chance to impress the gaffer. Whether he gets enough minutes or not, look, that remains to be seen. But again, it is good news for me that Ryan is being kept with the club. I've got absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing today on Sarr and nothing on Daka. And I looked long and hard and I put the feelers out. I sent messages, I dropped emails, I was on WhatsApp. Nothing. It's gone stone cold on both of them. Absolutely zippity-doo that. Now, that could be a good thing or that could be a bad thing. That could be down to people playing international football, to people being distracted. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool have a friendly coming up on Saturday against Blackpool. Just a reminder, that's a 3 p.m. kickoff and it is available to watch on LFC TV and LFC TV Go. You know what? I'm sitting here saying all this and part of me is thinking, are you still live, Craig? Are you still live? You still live, Dopey? Look, are you live? Are you live, mate? Are you? Are you live? You thought you were live a few minutes ago. You weren't. Are you live now? I bet you are. Am I live? I am live. There you go. Happy days. Diego Carlos link. Yes, Rory, thank you for leading me into that one rather nicely. There is a link to Diego Carlos again, and it's a link that I quite frankly don't believe, ladies and gentlemen. So reports coming out of Spain suggest Liverpool are looking at Sevilla's centre-back Diego Carlos, somebody who we've been linked to for a very long time. But as I've said to you before, he does have a buyout clause in his contract. I think it's somewhere around 70 million euro, something like that. But Sevilla are willing to do business for something around 40 to 50 million pound, from what I've read. We know Liverpool don't have 40 to 50 million pound available to drop on a centre-back. So if Diego Carlos is going to make his way to the Premier League, my thoughts might be that it's more likely he ends up at Manchester City than Liverpool at this moment in time. We know City are in the market as well. So, you know, keep an eye on that situation. But again, I don't see Liverpool spending that much money for somebody who, as I've said before, has an awful bang of Dejan Lovren about him to me. When I've watched him play, he's got that capability of doing something brilliant, and he's got that capability of putting his foot in his mouth, pretty much, as I do myself, of course.